Hey guys, how's it going? Glad you stopped by. So today for dessert, we are going to take a look at a Jell-O recipe. And if you caught, I do believe it was my Happy New Year's kind of a catch-up video. Some things I was thinking about for this next year, stuff like that. I had mentioned that I came across just a ton of recipes in these 3 recipe boxes I had, handwritten and news clippings that were from I don't know when. I'm not even sure exactly for the most part who wrote out all these recipes. Now some recipes have a name at the bottom of them, but it's not the same name on every recipe, which tells me that they just wrote down who they got it off of. But I really have no idea who these recipes came from. But a lot of them were, 60s, 70s, some 80s recipes that were, like I said, handwritten or come from a newspaper, and a bunch of the desserts involved Jell-O. Now there were some recipes I know that were from the 60s that were savory Jell-O dishes that involved pork, and I am not ready to take that step. I am sorry. I really struggle with the whole concept of Jell-O, even though I know gelatin was something that you used for savory dishes, and pork and vegetables inside molds. That whole thing just doesn't sound fair. So I don't know how quickly we're going to get to any of that. We may try one just to try it, because I really have never heard of such a thing before. Well, I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never actually had it in all my years of being around. So we'll see. But today we're gonna do a red applesauce Jell-O, and it sounds fun. It has got just a handful of ingredients, a package of Jell-O, some water, some applesauce, and some Red Hots. And I suppose you could supplement that with any candy you wanted, or flavored Jell-Os and candies for that matter, I would think. I don't know, but we'll see. This, like I said, it was one of many Jell-O recipes I found that sound good. Another one had lime Jell-O. Cream cheese was also another popular gig with that, and that really intrigues me. But today we're going to focus on Red Hots. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this dish. I'll give you your totals in grams and milliliters, along with tablespoons, teaspoons, cups. That way, no matter where you're at and who you are, you can play along, right? So let's go ahead and get started on this dish. The first thing we're going to need to do is take 1 cup, 240 milliliters, or 240 milliliters. I don't know why that just didn't hit with me, of water, and it's room temperature water, tap water. And we're gonna go ahead and get our stovetop turned on. We're gonna bring this to a boil, but we're also gonna add to that some Red Hots. These are Red Hot candies, right? For some reason in my neck of the woods, they're kind of hard to find. The Red Hot tamales are everywhere, but these are just straight Red Hot candies. They're little round red candies. I don't know if you can actually see that or not, but maybe. And they're just a cinnamon based candy. But we're gonna go ahead and put those in the water, with the water, and we're gonna boil this water until the candies disappear. Okay, so we have got our Red Hots are melted, and so we basically just have a nice red water, a cinnamon flavored water. And I'm telling you, if you want something to make your house smell good, this is the way to go. The house smells like just this beautiful array of Red Hot cinnamon. So the next thing we're going to add to this is 1 6-ounce package of strawberry Jell-O. All right, and it's the bigger box of the two, but it's a 6-ounce package, or 2 3-ounce packages, smaller ones. And we're going to go ahead and pour that in there like such, and we'll go ahead and get this stirred up. Now, if you don't like the cinnamon, you can leave this out, and then you would just have a strawberry apple flavored Jello instead of a cinnamon strawberry apple flavored Jello. And it's going to taste good. It's not quite, I mean, it is Jello, but it's got a really awesome texture with the applesauce. So now we've got that stirred in. What we're going to do is, if I had a bigger sauce pot, we would just keep on going in the sauce pot, but we'll be fine without it. So we've got that mixed up real good, and the Jello is evaporated. Or evaporated. It's mixed into the water. It no longer is granule. It is blended. So now that we've got that in there, and we're almost to a boil, so I know we're good. I mean, I can see it wanting to, it's weird. And that's important. You gotta get that Jello hot enough where it won't congeal. So the next thing we're gonna do is I've got a 9x9 pan right here, or dish that's got red hot on it. And we are gonna go ahead and pour this in. We're gonna go ahead and get that in the mix there. And then to this, we are going to add 20 ounces of applesauce, which is, oh my gosh, I got it written down. What is it? It's 1 can worth of applesauce. It's 600. I'll write it down right here. I thought I wrote it down on this little card, but I did not. Of course, always something. But we're going to go ahead and get this mixed in with our applesauce. You know, because as long as our gelatin was, you know, that melted, no longer granules, it'll turn to Jello. So we got our room temperature applesauce in there. We've got our Jello with our red hots. And so what do we do now? We treat it just like Jello. I am going to take this bad boy, put a lid on it, stick it in the fridge for about 4 to 6 hours. And then that way it can get solid. So when I come back, we will have this out ready to go, and some whipped topping to put on it, and yeah, we'll try some maybe. All right, see you here in a second. Okay guys, so we let it sit out on the front porch for the last 4 hours because it's like 35 degrees outside, 34 degrees outside, and we have Jello. I know, you're like, wow, Brian's Jello. But we got Jello with applesauce and cinnamon in it. And while I was busy doing some other things, I stopped and took a second and made some whipped topping. I will leave the recipe ingredients down below. It's not hard to make at all. You just need a hand mixer. I mean, I suppose you could use a whisk and your wrist if you were so inclined, but that's a lot of work. So we got that chilled, got this done. This will also, this is like something you would serve if you were having company over, you know, for like a dinner. It's a quick, easy dessert, or going to something, and you wanted to take something along. This would be a good one to have. So we'll go ahead and I'm gonna get this cut into some pieces here. And you can make, I mean, it's supposed to be relatively small pieces, but you can make them as big or small as you want, I suppose. Yeah, I'm gonna get 8 out of here, which is what I think, if I remember right. I took it down. That's what it serves. It's either 6 or 8 servings. So we'll get this out. Maybe if I can get it to unvacuum from the bottom there. There is that. I tell you, I guess it doesn't matter what I serve. The first of anything I seem to want to get served never seems to quite come out right. It's always something, always. That's all right. That's all right. It's what makes me me, I guess. So we got our piece right there. We get us a dollop of whipped topping, and a dollop, I guess, could be used liberally in this case. But there we are, all the same. You know, much like me, a little broken, but quite amazing all the same, right? At least that's what I think. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I know the whipped topping is going to be good. I've made it a million times. But let's find out about this red apple Jello. That's really good. And Yeah. You can taste the cinnamon hots, but they're not hot. It's just a hint of cinnamon. You can taste the applesauce, but it is balanced amazingly good with the strawberry. And the three together with the whipped topping are quite wonderful. This is really good. I might end up eating the entire thing and leaving the other guys behind, so to speak. Not bad for a first start in that old box of recipes. It's a good first dessert choice. I know it looked good. It read well, at any rate. You guys should give this a try. You'll like this. If you do try it, or you have an old Jell-O recipe, that you want to tell us about, leave me a message down in the comments. And because I forgot in the beginning of the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you made it this far. It does help the channel quite immensely, because it keeps us out there in the algorithm, keeps our neighborhood relevant, which I think is important. I think you guys think that's important too. And even the comments, if you comment that you like this or you don't like it or you think I'm crazy for making it, that helps. Even those people that tell me I talk too much. I mean, A, you're right. B, that helps in the algorithm. I can't really hate on it altogether. But that being said, give this a try. Next week, I have no idea at all, dinner or dessert. I am going to try to shove a canning video in there somewhere though on beans. I really just think that's important with that disodium EDTA that they put in canned goods. That needs to stop. But that being said, let me know down below if you make this or if you have something you do different, or something else you have this Jell-O wise that's been around for a million years or your mom might have done. But until then, I love you. I love you very much. Tell somebody else you love them and you love them very much. They may need to hear it. It's going to make them smile and feel good either way it goes. It's going to make you smile and feel good to tell them, I guarantee it. And if you make them some of this red applesauce Jell-O, I guarantee they're going to smile. And there is enough there you could easily invite the neighbors. Probably 2 sets on each side, along with give a piece to the mailman, a little bit to the guy walking down the street, rekindle maybe an old friendship or two, and still probably have a piece left over for the morning for breakfast. So, till next week for dinner, I love you, and I'll see you then. All right? See you later. Bye-bye.